Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the evening political rumbles here in News Inquest TV. We're to discuss some of the highlights in today's national dailies and, of course, objectively analyze and digest some of the, pertinent issues of great concern. First in the list has to do with the $18.69 billion paid daily on subsidy. Why should the government of Nigeria, after 60 years of independence, could not, with the trillions of dollars expended on turnaround maintenance of supposed dysfunctional refinery could not, up to this point, be able to give account or substantiate, the humongous amounts of money that have been lost to this turnaround maintenance on yearly basis. Every year, the budget captures maintenance of the refineries, while in reality, it does not exist. People are being paid. They suppose the workers of these refineries are being paid, but there is no reflection, there is no output. How can you be paying for something that is not productive, that is counterproductive? You are spending, the resources of the country on such waste, and you keep on deliberately sustaining the same waste that has not added any value to the nation, and the GDP of the nation, and you have consistently and shamelessly continued to borrow source for funds for turnaround maintenance of something that is not working. Who is deceiving who? I think it's high time we live up to reality and we continue to hold this government accountable. This is not just this government, but successive government. It's decades of misappropriation and mismanagement that led us to this point, and we are trapped in this mess at this point, and it appears that there's no way out. That a country that ranks the sixth largest oil producing country of the world in the world could not even boast of one functionary refinery. What do you think about that? Is it a good omen, especially with a population of over 200 million? What is the implication, economic implication, social implication of such a waste, humongous waste, and destructive uh, mismanagement of misappropriation of those important sector of our economy? Is so alarming and very irresponsible, so to say, of any government uh, who has oil, crude in her own geographical territory, and yet could not even uh, think of floating modular refineries to serve for local content or local consumption. Is so unfortunate that the Nigerian populace are not asking the right question, to hold this government accountable. Unfortunately, we have a president that presides as the Minister of Petroleum, and yet uh, both, positions have suffered so many negligence and uh, setbacks. And that is why Nigeria is where it is. Today, you are paying close to $90 billion on daily basis for the legal fraud you call organized fraud, you call the subsidy. How could that happen in a sane society? Why wouldn't the government, of course, redirect, appropriate those funds to ensure that there is a viable and functional refineries, which, of course, will create jobs for the teeming populations of the masses, which are predominantly youths in their active and productive age, whiling away, roaming the streets of Nigeria, and yet the government is indifference and complacent about the plight of the masses. Any responsible government will not, of course, uh, take the plights of their own citizens with such, or handle it with such a kiss glove. Of course, this has led us to a point where the economy is stuck in the wheel of motionless, and the people, of course, the misery index of the Nigerian uh, citizens today is close to 63%. By implication, Nigeria has the almost the highest misery index in the history of our nationhood, and of course, being ranked as the progress, of course, a country that has the most poorest citizens, of course, that lives below over 100 million of Nigerian population live below poverty line. This is a very dissatisfying and unimaginable uh, and embarrassing reports. In the midst of plenty, your own supposed citizens are wallowing in unimaginable abject poverty. What is your take? What do you think could be the way out of this uh, national malady and national disaster? Of course, it is calling for the state of anarchy, state of disarray, when your supposed citizens are denied the opportunity, of course, to make uh, life out of uh, to make living out of their life, and it will lead to frustration and depression, which invariably we are building millions of armies who will rise to rebel against the state. Continue to stay with us while we bring you the latest information. The next coming your way will be, of course, the message or the statements of credited to the Minister of Education, asking the students, the striking varsity students, to drag, of course, the ASU, the academic staff union of universities, to the courts. Would it be a misplacement of priority or misconstrued? Because in the real sense, who should be dragged to court? I think the federal government should be dragged to court for the breach of contract, for not, of course, keeping to the memorandum of understanding that was signed 14 years ago. Who should be blamed? Is it the ASU who was asking for the right thing to be done, that the right facilities and the research, of course, funding be made available to enhance, of course, the developmental and capacity building of the supposed citizens of this country. And the government fails, rather than placing priority on those pertinent, important issues that will lead to capacity building of our supposed citizens. Of course, we resort to frivolities, indulging and engaging in things that could not benefit or have direct or positive impact on the masses. Stay tuned until we come your way next time. Meanwhile, if you're this is the first time you're watching News in Positive, thank you for doing so. Please kindly hit the subscription button and turn on the notification button, of course, so that you can receive the next upload. life and direct. Do have a great day. I remain Chigozie Ndibo, the host anchor. Bye for now.